You have one people being massacred in Gaza. You have children, you have journalists, you have humanitarian workers being targeted. You have doctors coming back, Western doctors that go there, that come back, they say children are being shot and targeted in the head. Okay, and then you say, oh yes, but we have two sides. No. There's one side that's being massacred. These children, and we can help them. How come we can send weapons to Ukraine, but we can't send food aid into Gaza? I think Kaja Kallas, as kind of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the European Union, has been horrible on this. She has, at a time when there's an arrest warrant against Prime Minister Netanyahu, when the International Court of Justice spoke about the risk of genocide, when international human rights organizations speak about, the ethnic cleansing, the apartheid regime in Israel. She goes to Israel and she says, the EU and Israel are very good partners. Now, that is an absolute shame. We have been actively supporting Israel because we indeed have a privileged partnership agreement with them, the association agreement. This gives Israel access to EU funds. There's still weapons going through Europe to Israel, meaning that in reality, if you look at international law, the European Union is complicit in what's ongoing right now. Well, there was recently a list that was leaked of the priority of the Israeli army in Gaza, and releasing the hostages, saving the hostages was the last point on the list. So they invoke this, but in reality what it is what Israel's been doing for decades now. It's illegally occupying and seizing territory. Ethnic cleansing, has been ongoing in the West Bank, so another part of Palestine, for many years. This has been condemned by the United Nations numerous times, right? And we have not one time taken sanctions against Israel. And so we have leverage if we take sanctions. Because, imagine when Russia invaded Ukraine, they would have argued, we need a special agreement with Russia to be able to speak with them. No one argued for that. So what we need today is put sanctions, and all the rest, we're going to let these people die. Inaction is also action, because we are supporting Israel right now, through arms, through money. So let's not pretend we are not doing anything. We're also giving credibility to Israel by meeting with their leaders. We wouldn't do that. Like, no European leader, aside from some exceptions, but no, like Kaja Kallas or Ursula von der Leyen, they would not go to Moscow right now. They're going to Israel. We are sidelined for a reason. The European Union has been completely sidelined diplomatically. On Palestine, European countries played a big part historically for the last decades in the question. Today, on peace negotiations, European countries are nowhere. They're not present. They're not at the table. Double standards of the European Union, the fact that we speak about international law, human rights, when it's about Ukraine, our geopolitical interest, but not for the rest of the world, it is completely destroying European diplomatic credibility. It's not just concerning. It's absolutely criminal. It's basically, you're normalizing the ethnic cleansing of 2 million people, more probably, because it's not going to be limited to Gaza if it goes this way. So you've got an international rhetoric now coming from the West, which always presented itself as the guardian of human rights, international law, rightly or wrongly so, because it's not like Joe Biden had a wonderful policy on this, but which is now openly, brazenly saying, we don't care about international law, we don't care about human rights for some people.